Hi, we're Billy and Shirley and our little dog Camper. Welcome to our channel. In this video, we are leaving Mesa Verde National Park, headed to Monument Valley.
Yes, we had a good time in Monument Valley, but there are some things we do differently, which I'm going to share that at the end, so please stick around.
In half a mile, the destination is on your right, Four Corners Monument.
In less than an hour, we come across the Four Corners Monument, the only place in the U.S. where 4 states meet at one point: Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. This marks our first time to step foot in Arizona and Utah. Arizona. We enjoyed standing on the marker and took way too many pics. It's a quick stop and well worth the time. As we cross the Arizona state line, we notice a shift in the landscape from wide open desert to more dramatic layers of rock. We even run across some wild horses. Some white ones. We were so excited to finally cross over into Utah. The scenery quickly changed to beautiful red rock formations. Next stop, Mexican Hat. Mexican Hat Rock. Mexican Hat Rock got its name because of the sombrero-shaped top, balanced above a narrow base. You just have to stop for a pic. We had reservations to stay at Val's RV Park in the small town of Mexican Hat, 25 miles from Monument Valley. We could see that famous rock formation from our campsite. Once we got set up, it was time to make the trek to the valley, with a stop at Forrest Gump Point.
Some water in it? A little bit.
Oh my gosh. So this is Forrest Gump Point on Highway 163. This is where that famous movie scene was filmed, but honestly, it's the view that really gets you. The road just stretches straight out toward Monument Valley and those huge red buttes in the distance. It's one of those places that looks unreal in person. It was fun seeing people sprinting into the road, playing a real-life game of Frogger just to get that perfect shot. The view is amazing, but the traffic is very real. Of course, we had to get in on that action. Now I know how buzzards feel. After struggling to get a selfie with all of us in the photo, someone offered to take our pic. Of course, we look really goofy, but hey, you got to do it. And those few minutes stand out as a highlight of our trip. We really had a lot of fun there.
Okay.
We arrived at Monument Valley around 2 o'clock. I think we spent a little bit too much time at Forrest Gump Point, but it was worth it. Our first goal was to find out about the Loop Drive. We stopped at the Welcome Center only to discover it was the Tribal Community Welcome Center. The Visitor Center is 4 miles farther, so we decided to go ahead and visit Goulding's Monument Valley Museum first. The museum is located in the original stone building that was actually used in many of the old westerns, including Stagecoach. We watched that right before our visit, and it made visiting the site that much more fun. Hi. Can I film?
Yeah. It's free, so you guys can walk around. There's also an upstairs that you guys can see too.
Okay.
And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Okay, thank you. Since we didn't have much time, we made a beeline to the movie room that has lots of photos of Western stars and scenes from movies filmed in the valley. We were so surprised to learn that one of the dining room scenes from Stagecoach was actually filmed in that small movie room. Remember Stagecoach? They had dinner. It's in this room. It's cool. We didn't realize just how many movies featured scenes in the valley, including Back to the Future 3, Thelma and Louise, and Vacation. My favorite thing, though, by far, were the original swinging doors from the movie My Darling Clementine. Forgot my cowboy hat. The area around the Gouldingsmuseum served as a base camp and backdrop for many classic movies. After walking around and looking at all the props outside, it was time to hit that 17-mile loop. The loop took us about 2 hours to drive in the Jeep. The road was rough, just as we had expected, but the Jeep handled it just fine. We had a dash cam going to show just how rough it was, but unfortunately, our footage was overwritten during the trip, so you'll just have to take our word for it that it was definitely a bumpy ride. This is John Ford Point. It's one of the most famous viewpoints in the valley. It's named after the legendary film director who filmed many classic westerns from this very spot, including Stagecoach and The Searchers. For $20, you can have your photo taken on the horse Spirit, looking out over the valley, just like John Wayne. The road takes you right through towering rock formations, wide open desert, and one iconic view after another. There are so many places to pull off for photos, and it feels like every turn gives you a whole new perspective of the valley. It was hard trying to decide where to stop and where to just keep on driving.
So that was our experience at Monument Valley. There are a few things we'd do differently, and we're going to share those with you right now.
First and foremost, we would have more time. As it was, we only had 4 hours in the valley, so we didn't have time to go into the Visitor Center Museum. We kind of rushed through the Gouldingsmuseum, and we also would have stayed at Gouldings RV Park right there in the valley. I've seen pictures of the sunset, and you could just really soak it in if you're actually staying there, but we just didn't plan in time to get reservations for that.
Right. So another thing we would do, in addition to driving our Jeep around, is to take the shuttle around with a guided tour. So we would learn some additional things there. So kind of regret that.
Yeah. After we left there, I read a lot of things that people had commented on the Monument Valley Facebook page saying that it was really worth it just to hear the narration of that tour. So we'll do that again sometime.
Yeah.
If we ever go back.
Right.
So anyway, we had a great time there and hope to go back someday. Next week, we are going to show you our experience in Moab. We stayed there for 4 days and had a couple of down days just to recover from driving across the country. And we go to Canyonlands, both the Needles and what's the other district called?
You know, I'm not even sure.
The upper
portion.
Whatever. But we spent 2 days at Canyonlands, and we'll share that with you next week.
Right.
Hope you'll join us. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
See right there? That's where Forrest Gump was running. Right there.
It'll be fun.
Okay, one more time for me.